please take their seats? I'm going to call the meeting to order. Welcome everyone to the 2010 Biennial Convention.
First-time attendees, if you wouldn't mind standing so that we can see you and wave at you all, if you could. Good morning and welcome.
It's impossible to be here and not get enthused about it.
Overwhelming. I didn't honestly realize how big ONA really was.
It's such a well-run, well-oiled machine.
We will continue fighting that fight on behalf of our RN members in ONA.
My sisters and brothers.
Solidarity, everyone.
Brain label someone.
12,000 full-time jobs.
I plan to go back to my bargaining unit and hopefully get more people involved.
I walked in the door, it was a little overwhelming. I glanced left, I glanced right, saw all of the people, and said, now this is a voice. This is what I'm working towards.
As you came through the red carpet, you are valuable to the healthcare system, and we need to continue to value the invaluable. We are absolutely the best value for taxpayer dollars. In the upcoming weeks, you will be seeing our next new ad campaign rolling out. You will be hearing and seeing it about the value of nurses in the healthcare system, the value of nurses that the public knows about and that the government knows about, because we need to value the invaluable, and that is us. This government is looking to roll back wages, to freeze wages and working conditions. And I have to tell you, some of the members have said, I agree with that. I agree that we should not have any improvements in our benefits and our wages. We do have some members out there, so we need to be cognizant of that. But I can tell you that the majority of the members that I have spoken to, and probably the majority of the members in this room, continue to say that we are not going to subsidize corporate tax cuts, and we are going to fight for fair wages and working conditions.
Doesn't think that we'll fight. McGinty's got a plan, it's a ways reach for you and me.
Canadians are being told that the growing provincial healthcare costs are crowding out other programs, and you hear it here in Ontario too. They're outstripping the provincial ability to pay. But the data is showing differently. What is outstripping our ability to pay? It's tax cuts, nothing else. That's the real problem, and we need to fix it.
I have to tell you one thing about the wage discussions that took place in this very hotel. As we met with each of your employers, it became very apparent to the government that we knew what we were talking about. They were actually rolling their eyes at what your employers were coming up with. When your employer comes forward and you think that they'd be saying, where do I sign on the dotted line? Right? 0 and 0. Where do I sign on the dotted line? What they were doing was giving lists of 14 or 15 needs that they felt that they would have to take back to their employer representatives to convince them to sign for a 0 and 0. above the 0 and 0. They had these wish lists a mile long. And so it became very apparent that as we started asking questions, looking for some of the things that we know are your priorities that you've told us about, the government knew that we knew what we were talking about, we were respected, and in fact, the employers ended up being sent away and the government ended up talking to us. So there you go. We are respected and we will continue to be respected.
I hear you when you talk about how the heavy workload you carry makes it difficult for you to meet the very high standards you set for yourself. I want you to know I'm paying attention, I'm listening, and I am on your side.
You may not know it, but you have already done so much. Yesterday, after weeks of silence, the management called us back to the bargaining table. I have no doubt that they heard about the action that we were planning to take together in the lobby of this hotel. And I have no doubt that it was your willingness to stand with us, not just as our sisters and brothers, but also as the guests of this hotel, that truly scared the management. And forced them to make that call. My sisters and brothers, that is true solidarity. And it works. And we thank you.
ONA was persistent with our efforts and will continue to be persistent with efforts to end workplace violence that resulted, we know, in significant amendments to the Occupational Health and Safety Act that address many of the issues that our members have brought forward to us. We have a group of younger nurses coming into the profession. Technology is out there alive and well. And our new website as well is a great opportunity, interactive with the YouTube videos, etc. So we're trying to be responsive and anticipate what your needs are, and so that the new generation of ONA members know what we're all about.
I'm 3/4 of the way through my nursing career, and I see all these young nurses that are very passionate. I have always been passionate about the union, always supported the union, but now I see the voices, the faces to the magazine that comes to my home. They are very real, they are working for me, and they are working for us. And that I truly feel passion to move forward with that and to have a further commitment in the future.
Sometimes there's apathy where you work, and just to think there's this many people that think the way I do, it's just so, it's powerful.
And we're very hard working in trying to develop a new generation of leaders and activists. And I was just thrilled to see close to 200 first-time attendees at this biennial convention. That is a new record. Those are our interested activists of the future, and if you don't know it now, all you 200 of you that are sitting out there today, we'll be looking forward to bringing you in, if you're not already, into the hard-working group of ONA leaders that are respected across this province. So thank you so much for coming.
Just the political action that ONA takes, I wasn't really that aware of, that They work at really high levels for all of us, and it's really quite powerful, and it's amazing, and I'm very proud to be a member.